Hello, hello, it's Carrie. So much glitter. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just kind of getting situated, making sure my Wi-Fi is settled. I'm going to look for myself on my live. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab a snack, grab a drink, and then join me around the craft table. I'm finishing printing a few things, but we're going to go ahead and get started in just a second. So welcome back. And today we're going to have like a fun little Sunday self-care book party day, and we'll talk about why. I just purchased a digital kit on Etsy because I forgot to purchase it yesterday, of course. And so I'm finishing kind of printing that out. And let me see, there's just a few things from there that I want to print out and we'll kind of get started. But I also want to find myself. So if I can find me, you can find me. And I need to turn off my sound because there I go. I did turn my notifications on for myself. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a like because why not? Okay, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here to join me today. I'm going to print one more thing out and we're going to get started. So I hope you have your snacks and your drinks handy and you have your crafty supplies because we're going to do some fun creating today. Okay, I have one more thing to print out. Welcome, Christina. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Tammy, welcome. What we're going to do is just like a fun little book party. I'll kind of talk about why. My Sunday lives, I have kind of a format that I've been doing for the last few months. And it's just kind of recapping my week, what good happened, what not good happened that we can make good, kind of all of that. And I have one more thing to print out, but it wants to not cooperate. Fit. Let me do. Okay, so this image may not be exactly as clear as I want it, which is a bummer. But you know what? We'll go with it. Okay. I'm so glad to have you guys here. What I like to start out with is normally I like to start out with a positive quotation, kind of something that resonates with me for the week. And what I'm going to do is I am going to throw in my link tree because if you're new to me and if I'm new to you, I want us to be able to find each other on my fun, crafty little journey. And I want to welcome everybody. I'm so glad to see everybody here chatting this morning. Well, for me, it's the morning still. Okay, and I think I am situated. Okay. Oh, Christina, I purchased this book at my little local used bookstore. It's my friends of, we have friends of the whatever town you're in, library bookstore, which is always right next door to the bookstores. That's where I purchased this for $1. And I really like it. It just kind of helps me focus for a lot can happen during the week and we can lose focus. And so it kind of just helps me focus to stay in a positive mind to go into the whole next week. With a good frame of mind, basically. So I have books stacked underneath. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, this is why it's a book party. But we will go ahead and get started in here. So what I picked out today was self-control. So I hope I'm in frame and you can see me. I might need to move my books aside and save those for in a second. My desk isn't as big as it used to be because I've had to downsize my crafty area a little bit in the past few years. So here we go. Self-control. The only thing we can control is ourselves. And This really is resonating with me this weekend because I have adult children and one of them is kind of going through something. And so I'm there to support them. But anyway, so there is only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that is your own self. And that's Aldous Huxley. And that's like very true. And that really resonates with me this week. So I thought, yeah, that's where we're going to kind of start. And then another one that I liked was not being able to govern events. I govern myself. And that also, when I was out in the community yesterday, really resonated with me. And I'm glad to see people show out and show up for being able to speak, their rights and our rights and rights of others. And we're all allowed to have an opinion. And it doesn't matter if it's the same or different, but we do need to be respectful of each other. So self-control, something I kind of need to practice a little bit. Welcome, Stamper Girl. So happy to see you. I know you had to write my name down the other day, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to do the same thing. So yeah, or I can call you Stamper Girl. I'm not worried about that too. Okay, so what I do is I have a gratitude jar for 2026, and once a week, every Sunday on my live, I put one thing that I'm grateful for in the jar, or one good thing that happened to me during the week. And then on New Year's Eve, I'm going to do like a live stream, probably through Raoul's Streamathon, and empty these out and put them in a journal just to kind of focus and on the good and see what good came out of my year. So we are March. Today is the 29th, right? Wow. Okay, so we are in March 29th of 2026 already. And I'm grateful for the support that I can give my kids. And so I'm going to just write this down. Because what that does is it overflows to my grandson, and I need support too sometimes through difficult things that happen. Like my mom's a really big support for me. She said she would be watching today, but I don't know if she's here. So she might be up at the balcony. But it's just important for myself to stay stable and grateful for what I have, so that can kind of pass down to my kids. And sometimes my kids are the ones to kind of remind me of those little things, to stay grateful and be grateful for what I have. I just made a proposal to make a jar for the library for the kids. Oh, that's such a good idea. Yeah, no, I thought I work in community mental health for adults with SMI, and I'm at the end of my master's degree, and it's been like a struggle. It's been a struggle over the past little bit. And so I need to remind myself to focus on the good. So I really take Sunday as my self-care day. I did bump into my camera, so I apologize. And I like to do some crafty stuff. I like to do sourdough Sunday. So that's kind of all what I'm doing. I'm not doing the sourdough Sunday today. I am waiting for some bananas, to over ripen. And I have the next few days off because we do celebrate a holiday here in California on Tuesday. So I took Monday off. And yeah, I am going to probably do sourdough tomorrow and cleaning and all of that good stuff. And today it's going to be finishing up my homework. And I think I'm going to take my grandson to the park, and I have a few errands to run. So it's that. So Stamper Girl, it's the ever so newly controversial Cesar Chavez holiday on Tuesday. And I believe it's going to be something else next year. We're still going to celebrate it. It's going to morph kind of like Columbus Day did, but that's what we celebrate here. So I did take Monday off. I got off early on Friday. If you saw my Instagram stories, you would see where I escaped to my doctor's office. And so, yeah. But I did forget to put sunscreen on the top of my feet, believe it or not, and they got sunburnt. So there is that. Anyway, so my mom did say she's here, so we could say, hi, Mom. But she doesn't. She says she can't get into the chat. I think she may not have an account, so it's okay. She's up in the balconies. She's watching. Yeah, I think I forget to tell her when she's joining. Like, you have to have like an account, which doesn't mean we have to do anything with it, but it's just so you can comment and be in the chat. But anyway, yeah, aloe vera. I've been doing like my lotion, and it's better. It's not as red as it was yesterday, but it's just itchy today. I can't believe that's the one thing that I forgot. So anyway, so we could say, hey, Glitter's mom, how are you? Anyway, so I do want to go through a few journals that I have. And these are both from Lottie's Magic Attic on Etsy. I think she is watching on the TV. So, and I don't know if she has an account, so I don't know that she can comment on her phone. But if you're listening, you can comment on your phone if you want. But she might just want to stay up in the balcony, so that's perfectly fine too. Okay. So if you find something that resonates with you today, if you want to share some crafty goodness with others, please like and share the video. It's so much appreciated. And okay, I'm trying to see if I can see myself in frame because I get two different views over here. Anyway, so I created a journal from Lottie's Magic Attic, this is the book club kit. This is a printable kit. I wasn't exactly perfectly even here, but you know what? It could be like a infinity type journal. I think you probably do have a balcony. I was in your live the other day and you had people there. Maybe everybody just wanted to interact with you. Anyway, so I want to create a few bookmarks is what I want to do today. Because I'm using this journal as my kind of recording journal this year for what I'm reading. I'm not like the fastest reader. I do love to read. So I kind of just want to go through this little fun journal that I've created. And I'm going to make a few bookmarks, and I have an idea for some bookmarks today. If you watched my live on Thursday, I needed like a little end of the week escape. I kind of presented my idea there and it went over pretty well. People were pretty like, oh, that's such a, pretty receptive. Like, that's a good idea. So I am going to be tearing up a few books, if you don't mind. I know a lot of people don't like that, but these are books I've either already read, I'm not going to read, or I want to craft with. So there is that. And then I don't know if you're like a Target shopper, but Target and Barnes and Noble this past week both had like a huge like book event. Well, for me, it was huge, but Target did the buy two, get one free. I completely took advantage of that. And because I'm a Red Card member, I did get free shipping. So I got some things off of my TBR list. And before I go flipping through the next journal and we start working on our project and all the mess I have next to me, I did purchase Lucy Score's Story of My Life because I did go to her book signing when she was in Temecula, California. And I met her. Very, very sweet lady. Very, very sweet. Very smart. Very, very funny. And it was The Mistakes We Made, which is over... Yeah, The Mistakes We Made, which is over across the room, so I'm not going to run over there and go get it. But this is the first one to that. And Lucy Score's new to me, but it's spicy rom-com. So if you're into like spicy rom-com, I highly recommend this. She's very, very quick-witted. She's very funny. I only went to the book signing because Megan Quinn was going to be there, and I'm a huge, huge Megan Quinn fan. And I love her like holiday series and all the Easter eggs that she puts in there for different movies. So I purchased this because when I got there, I didn't know Megan Quinn was born and raised in Temecula, California. So I thought that was really funny. They just had such good banter, and they do have like the similar format and the similar humor. This is like a spicy Hallmark movie. So she's basing it off of Schitt's Creek and Stars Hollow, she said. And so it just gives you the town. Anyway, So that's one of the books that I bought. Another book that I bought was The Inmate from Frida McFadden. I love thriller books. I love Frida. I also love oh, what's the other author? My goodness. Let me go look her up. Geneva Rose. So I love her as well because I got addicted to her through her audiobooks, through The Perfect Divorce, and like The Perfect Marriage, those. Anyway, so I got some Frida McFadden books. My Costco has stopped selling books. Has your Costco stopped selling books? They only sell books during holiday time, and I'm thoroughly disappointed. But they sell really inexpensive Frida books when they do, and so now they're not. And so I purchased these up at Target. And then this one has been on my TBR list for a while. It's kind of a dark, spicy romance. So it might be triggering for some people, but I like it. I like it. And I have never read this author before, so I'm kind of excited to do that. It has really high praise, but yeah. So those are the books that I got. And then Barnes & Noble had a pre-sale. Like a pre-order sale, and I pre-ordered Geneva Rose's new book that's coming, and that's going to be a thriller, and very excited about that. But because I'm a Barnes & Noble member, I also got, so it was at the 5 or 10% off of my order, plus 25% off of anything I pre-ordered. So I ordered 2 books. So I'm excited for those to come out. And then I have this from Lottie's Magic Attic, which is 13 love letters. This is what inspired this, or vice versa. I kind of don't know. But so I have my gratitude jar for 2026. All of these are going to be emptied out, and they're going to be tucked away in this journal. And I'm probably going to write some of them and do some fun artsy stuff on New Year's Eve. So you'll want to, I know it's far away, but it's just, that's kind of what I was planning, because I did make this in February for like a, not like a really, it's like a darker Valentine's kind of thing with some belly bands. I printed out some more stuff today for some things that we're going to do. I'll show you the books that we're going to be using to kind of do some fun mixed media with. I will drop a link to her Etsy shop. I don't think Tracy's here. She likes to pop in on my lives periodically. I think she's been very busy getting June-tober ready. If y'all like Halloween, you can hop on over to her Facebook group. She's great. I love it. Hey, Ellen, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you all here. So I just put together this journal. I like to tea dye copy paper, and I like to print on it because I really like the effect that it gives. And then I have lots of little fun tuck spots to tuck in my notes, some envelopes. So I just have like the ideas are flowing in the craft room, and I just keep creating. And I have a lot of what is the coloring world call them, whips, work in progress. So I've got a lot of those. I know View and Chris kind of jump in and out of here too, and they have those as well. So speaking of Chris K, if you follow Dee Dee at all and you go into her lives, that's how I met her and View. They're so fun. I'm going to be going live on my channel next Thursday at 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time and 6:30 Mountain Time, because that's Chris's time. And I'm going to be trying out my StreamYard service because I opted for the free tier of that. And she's going to be coming live with me, and she's a fabulous, fabulous colorist if you follow her. And we're each going to be just kind of creating and chatting and having a good time. So if you want to mark your calendar for that, I'm going to schedule that, but I need to figure out the whole StreamYard thing first. So I might take part of today to do that as well. So those are the 2 journals that are like book inspired, and it kind of inspired my idea for today. So now the rest of the mess is going to make a little bit more sense. I'm going to take a sip of my LaCroix. Grab your favorite drink, and then we can kind of get to going. Because I need more bookmarks, and I really used bookmarks that my kids have made me when they were younger, like in school. but I don't want them to fall apart and do all of that. So I'm going to pull one more thing off my printer so I make sure I kind of have everything. And I need to mess with my printer settings. I did purchase a digital, well, it's like a sticker kit. She called it like a Kindle sticker kit or whatever. I didn't know it cut off like that because it didn't do that. It might just be because I downsized it. But the little things I'm going to put on the bookmarks, I think, today. Kind of just little fun things. So the books that we're going to be kind of tearing up today are, of course, I Like the Spicy Rom-Com. Hey, Carol, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I Like the Spicy Rom-Com. This is not a rom-com. This is just like a, like an old spicy or, I don't know, romance, right? An Avon romance, right? These are like the older ones that everybody would always read way back when. So I did pick this up and I'm going to tear it apart because a lot of these that it's bigger print. So I can I could cut a bookmark down to size with this. I really like the scrolls and the chapters. And there was a lot of like descriptive spicy scenes in here every time I kind of flip through it. And I thought that that would be fun for anybody that's into the whole spicy book, or even if not, then, you could do this with any book if you wanted to, really. So I have that. And then I kind of wanted to go with the theme of my 13 love letters. And I have had this book for years and years, and I've gone through it and I've not gone through it. And I've taken and left things. I do like the Twilight series. I'm basic that way, I guess. But I thought that this would be fun for like my darker journals or just as some fun background. I do have a positivity book too that I took away from a training that I didn't really want to read through because it was very, very corporate language, but it had a lot of positivity stuff in it. So I do have that, and I do use that a lot for my journal and card making to decorate book pages. So I figured these have like sturdier pages. I can go through these. I can use these as bookmarks and decorate around them. And then that kind of brings me to the rest of my hoard that I have on my desk. And I purchased yesterday at Michael's some Ohuhu because I'm getting into the whole Ohuhu world for alcohol markers because my Spectrum Noir tri-blends are kind of taking a dump on me. But I've had those for like 12 years, so it's fine. I've gotten my use out of them. So I got the pastels because I have a basics. I have the Honolulu Bee basics. So I got the pastels. I need to do glitter markers because I'm getting more into the coloring, and I love the cozy coloring. And the glitter markers that I have just are not cutting it. They're not. And so I'm going to kind of dive into these a little bit. If you were with me on Thursday for my Wi-Fi debacle, I know Yolande was here, and I could not find, and I just found it. I couldn't find this. And then I started looking at all of my blending brushes. I was like, wow, these babies are really old. They're really old and they're stiff, and I probably need new ones. So creepy enough, I'm sure Amazon heard me because it came up a suggestion for you. So I did order these. I ordered big ones and little ones, and I thought I could start kind of breaking those babies in today. And I'm going to set the stuff I'm not going to use right away off to the side or down by me. I have some paper here. I have this book journal that I started because I purchased this book kit at Michael's a while ago because they have the journaling kits now. Christina, how was that? Is Restream hard? So, and I have some doilies that I've sprayed, and I started decorating this as like a typical journal, but I think I'm going to pivot a little bit with this. I do kind of glue the pages together because it comes with the dot grid, and I like that. So it's really good for like drawing and things like that. I think I'm going to use this as like a book kind of art journaling rather than just like a regular journal kind of. Why not? Because I got these from the book signing that I went to because the bookstore that was hosting the event was In Bloom Bookery in Temecula, California, and she actually lives in my little town, so that's like a lot of fun. But like they had like different postcards for and different things for like the books that they were promoting, and this was for Lucy's book, of course. So instead of just making this with a lot of pockets and different sizes and things like that, I thought, you know what, I'm going to make this more of like a fun and funky little art journal for the love of books. So that's kind of what I'm turning that into. I think I glued this in on accident, so that's okay. I'll just have to figure that out. And oh yeah, I did. Okay, I glued them in on accident, but whatever. And everything that comes in these Michaels kits, like they're on sale for $14.99 right now. I don't know that I would purchase them for full price. Actually, I do know. I would not purchase them for full price. $14.99 is a little bit pushing it, but I really wanted to see what was in there. And they have a lot, but it's not, it's like very flimsy, very thin things, but here's like a lot of stickers, and it's fun. So I'm glad I purchased it. And then the little cardboard cutouts they have, I'm probably not going to purchase another one because let's be honest, I'm somewhat of a craft hoarder like the rest of us. I have enough things in my stash to make any kind of journal that I wanted or any theme that I wanted. I purchased some napkins. So I don't need a whole kit to help me with my journaling journey. And if you do, these are perfect alternative. These are perfect for you. I like them because it came with like a lot of fun stuff, and that's basically why I bought it. But I thought, you know, I didn't need like the journal, but I like it. I mean, I like it. There's things in here that I didn't really need that I could have just maybe purchased separately or whatever, or got off of Etsy or yeah. But I got the kit and I do like it. I do want to start out, and I think I am going to bring out my Mama Mink and after my bookmarks are made, and I'm going to laminate my bookmarks probably today or not today, maybe another time. I don't know if I will be able to do it today because if I'm going to be doing any mixed media on these, it's going to have to take time to dry. So I did bring out my laminating sheets just in case. I brought out some fun. I had to buy more of the microns because my other ones, I don't know where they are. So when I took my trip to Michael's yesterday, I did do that too. So I have some fun everything book over here. And I thought I had some basic paper to just make bookmarks, which that'll bring me to my, oh, I have it behind me. Okay, so that'll bring me to my my printable here, and this is from the book club from Lottie's Magic Attic, and I thought we could put some fun elements on some bookmarks there. So let me throw in her, oh, I had her, here we go. I did link her in the description. Hold on. I don't know if it's going to let me share it, actually. Let's see. Hopefully it will. And I'll go ahead and try to share it. And I'll throw it in here. Oh, Ellen, you got straighter 72 markers. How do you like them? Are they alcohol markers? Okay, I think that is the kit for, or that is the link for her. It's a very cute kit, Christina. I do like it. I just don't know that it's necessary to purchase all of them for $19.99 is the regular price. You know what I mean? But it was a good buy. Kind of getting caught up on the chat. Make sure everything is going smoothly for everyone. Oh, okay, so I will make sure to join you on Tuesday. Just let me know what time. And I'll watch that out. I have seen Glitter Michelle a few times here and there. So I'm just going to cut up a few bookmarks and then we can kind of decorate them and decide where we want to go from there. It's good, like similarly to my Thursday live, I decorated tags. So it's going to kind of be like that, but maybe a little bit more in depth. And I have a lot. So I have like these little dictionary things. We've got books. We've got it all. And I'm just going to cut these down to like regular bookmark size, which generally is about 2 by 6 or 2 by 7, kind of depending. But, you know, if you get like a smaller book like this, you're not going to want something too big. Like, I don't even know what the size of this book is. I'll have to, we could look. Yeah, it's like 6.75. So then like a 2 by 6 would be fine. So I'm just going to probably stick to a 2 by 6 format. And I want the base of these to be a little bit sturdier. So this is cardstock. It's 140-pound cardstock. And I'm still working on Joanne cardstock. I just like miss Joanne's. I know I mention it every Sunday, but I have that and then Recollections when they have a sale sometimes. So yeah, I like my 140-pound cardstock just fine. I'm not like a huge fan of Hobby Lobby, like their Paper Studio cardstock for some reason. For the next 3 or 4 lifetimes. You know what? That's so true, Christina. That's been a discussion like with my daughter before. She's like, what are we going to do with all this stuff when you don't need it anymore? I'm like, what world would that be in where we didn't need it anymore? So yeah, we all kind of have a lot. Okay. So I'm going to probably get out my Crocodile too, and we can kind of zhuzh up the edges here. We're just going to go 2 by 6. And then we could make another one. We could make this double-sided. I've done that before for my cookbooks before. And, you know, you can kind of double mark it like that. We need it all. Christina, we need it all. And that's why we continue to buy it all. So I'm just going to continue to cut a few of these down. And we can put the book pages down. We can make that the focal point. We could spray over it. We could ink over it. I also have like all of my book stamps that I could find. Like the possibilities are going to be endless, but this is basically just my Sunday Fun Day book party for like the love of books, because it's been a very big book week for me, obviously. I mean, I purchased 6 new books this week because I purchased 4 of them from the sale from Target. And then I did a pre-order at Barnes and Noble. Like, I'm going to keep saying it, even for those in the balcony, because my mom's probably like, oh my gosh, why are you doing all of that? Working right across the street from Barnes and Noble, Michael's, and Ulta and Target has been very dangerous. I'll just pop on over there. So yeah, it's very easy for me to find out about these deals. It Happened on a Lake by Lisa Jackson. I've heard of that, Ellen. Did you? Oh, you just bought it. Let me know if you like it when you start reading it. It's like a mystery, I think, isn't it? I love the mystery thrillers. I love true crime. I love comedy. I love the spicy rom-com. Yeah, Barnes and Noble's across the street from you too. See, it's dangerous. And then I like going into the little indie bookstores too. I really do. I like supporting them. And especially that In Bloom Bookery, which is near me, but it's really hard to get in and out of where they are in Temecula, but it's okay. It's like you go there and you have to make kind of like a little afternoon of it or whatever. But she has a lot of like author signing events and things like that. Like I got to go do that whole Lucy Score thing. That was a lot of fun. That was an adult book fair. Like so much fun. Wasn't cheap. I mean, the tickets weren't bad, and it came with a signed copy, and you got a picture with the author, and you got to know her a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. I like to see like what's the method behind their madness a little bit. But so like those indie bookstores tend to do a lot of like events like that, promotional events, to promote the authors, to promote themselves, and kind of just, you know, give the people what they want. Okay, so I'm going to set that behind me. I'm going to set these smaller ones kind of off to the side because like I said, they could be bookmarks as well. These are the larger ones that are probably going to be my first round here of bookmarks. So I'm going to take a sip of my little drink next to me. You just finished You Will Pay by her. Was it good? What did you think about it? I'm always looking for book recs. I always am. And Carol, did I miss you? I'm sorry. I thought I was saying hi to everybody, but welcome, Carol. I'm so glad to have you. Let me know if you want to go live again, Carol. I had so much fun. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I'm going to figure out the StreamYard thing. I'm bound and determined. And I have a new camera coming, so like a webcam, so it can be more streamlined than me recording on different devices. Okay, so I have some stamps too that we could stamp on. If you guys know who Biddy Penny is, I follow her. I really like her. She has a whole reading, first chapter stamps. And this is one of the only stamp sets that she's ever done, actually. But I have this. And I do have an extra set because she gave me a set. She always packages, when you purchase from her, she's always packaging like extra things in your order, which I really appreciate. This is why I like to purchase from small creators. But I'm just kind of flipping through a few things that we have. I'm probably going to start with the book pages, and we can kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. I have some origami paper, which is Van Gogh, I believe. Yep, it's Van Gogh. I have some one more page sticker book for book lovers. This is something I did see at Barnes & Noble, and it was almost $20. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I found this on Thrift Books, brand new, for $12. So loved me the Thrift Books. This is Book Lover Ephemera. I've had in my cart for a while, and I just kind of threw it in with a order. And this is Cake, Curry, and Pour Toast. I like all the Pour Toast stuff that Dee Dee plays with. So I was like, this is right up my alley. I think this is fun. So we could kind of add some of that on there too. Let's start. I'm going to start with the spicy book first. And I'm just going to pick any page out of here. And what I could do is I could glue it down. That would be really easy to do. Or I could kind of take a mixed media route and grab my Mod Podge, which is right here. I don't have like matte medium. I have matte Mod Podge because it was more affordable, and I'm newer to like any sort of collaging or anything as well. So, yep. We're just going to pick something kind of right in the middle. I do like the scroll thing. So, and I'm just going to start tearing it. And I kind of tore it in the middle right there. So what I'll do is get out my scissors and a good mystery writer. Oh, that's good. That's good when you can find an author when the majority of their books are pretty good, especially in a series or something. I read the Housemaid series from Frida McFadden, and I really, really liked it. But the second book was formatted very similarly to the first book, and I didn't necessarily, like, I had just finished it. I should have taken probably a little bit of a break because it was in the same format as the first one, so that was a little bit predictable for me. And I have not found that it's an issue with her specifically. Some people say it is an issue with her, but I haven't had that issue. It's just with that series. I am going to break open my new blending brushes because I just purchased some vintage photo yesterday at Michael's as well. Because I only have the small one and I wanted a big one to go with my neutral set. So I'm just going to start. And I love how they're the color of the ink. That really helps me. And this set that I purchased, they're like $11. So they weren't bad. Has more in it than the other ones that I bought, and they're a little bit smaller. The old ones that I have are a lot bigger. I do like these. I'm going to keep them around, but I do like them, but sometimes it's too much. It's too big. So, oh yeah, Frida's really good. I really like her. And you know what's funny about the whole Frida McFadden book craze is she is like a neurologist or something, or a surgeon, or I don't know. She's a doctor of some sort. She like actively works and she writes all of these books. She like turns out books really fast. And so I for using AI, but she's come out and says she doesn't. She was self-published for a very long time, and she said she kind of has all of those like in her arsenal, basically. So I think it took a long time for a publisher to pick her up. And when I went to that book signing thing, because I'm not like a big book publishing nerd and know how all of that works, right? So hey, there's my mom. Jan is my mom. Welcome, welcome. So hopefully me telling you that you could do the account or whatever, that helps. Yes, welcome my mom in, guys. But she so I'm not like a big, like, I know how like the whole book world works, because that's just not my world. I just like to read. I like to read it. And a lot of these authors are self-published at first, because publishers don't just pick up authors, right? Like, here, we'll tear off that. So a lot of them are self-publishing on Amazon. And one thing I did learn from the Lucy Score book event was her and Megan I know Megan has that heated rivalry on HBO because she was with another author, I think, too. I don't remember. That series I haven't read, but MGM and Amazon have combined. And so she has movies coming out. And I think she got like a movie deal. And I think it is about the series that I just purchased, that I'm getting picked up later once they prove to the book world, I guess, that they can sell books and people are interested. People want what they are selling. I think this is my Kuretake gold brush, but I also use it for glue. And I'm going to tell you, I think I forgot to clean it. So it's stiff. But it's okay. We're going to go with that. I have foam brushes too. I just don't like using them as much because they soak up a lot of my glue. So I just like using like an old paintbrush. There I go. We softened it up. Your daughter's very talented. Oh, thank you, guys. Yeah. So speaking of, when I said earlier, like, I'm so grateful I can be my kid support system. My mom is definitely mine, because I will not keep this information to myself. Like when something's going on with the kids, I'm like, you have to know. If I have to do this, and then I probably am going to at some point glue over it, just like I'm collaging, but I don't know if that's really where I want to get to at this point quite yet, because what do I want to do over it, right? I want to put some fun like stickers, and we want our bookmarks to be fun when we're reading. And I like reading the physical media. I used to be really into like my Nook, and which is like a little e-reader. I'm not as much anymore. I'm probably just going to fold this over, and what we're going to do is just tear it off. Yeah, the paintbrush for glue was way easier. My foam little doodads don't really cut it. So I like the whole vintage vibe that this has going. I could use other ink as well. Let me see. I have my cat trying to attack my foot, so that was distracting. I have other colors of ink I could do too, which would be fun, because because some of these little printables, I don't know if I'm going to use these. Like, that's very disappointing, but I could cut it down. But there's like that, and I did like just briefly, like the little lips, like that would be cute, I think. So we could do a different color, maybe a different color ink with that. Let's see what's most complementary to red, because I'm not going to have it right off the top of my head. Obviously green, blues, yellow, blue, green. Okay, let's see what we have here. I have peacock feathers, which might be too bright, but let me get my blues out. Salvage patina, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to, we're really playing with these today, aren't we, in here? That's why I like the set a little bit more. We're going to have a craft lunch. I'm going to be crafting myself out of an area pretty soon. And we'll just see how many bookmarks we can kind of get going together, and then we'll let them dry, and I will probably just do a laminating session off camera, and because I know they're probably going to take a little bit to dry and set up and all of that. I think my glue is still on here. Still on my mat, my glue. I hope you are all having a great day. Thank you for joining me. I know I enjoy going and chatting with other people in the chat on lives as well. And I've gotten to know like a lot of really talented creators. I've been grateful for Carol to invite me onto her channel. Chris is going to be doing a live with me on my channel on Thursday, this coming Thursday, which is April already. Holy heck, it's going to be April 2nd. Isn't that crazy? So we'll be doing that. And it like doesn't matter what we like, they do different crafts than I do. Like Carol and View, and Carol's more like she does probably more similar things to me than like View or Chris does, because they're such talented colorists. But like we all kind of do something fun and different. I got my glue. I need to get this glue up. It's getting all over my stuff. So we can go on and create different things and, you know, just have like a good little time. You make my Sunday, Ellen. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. You made my day. I enjoy having you guys in here. I like seeing new people in here, and I'm trying to get better on posting on my community tab on YouTube. And, you know, it's fun to see regular people, and then I see you guys in other lives too, which I did not ink up the book page, but whatever. And it didn't go on perfectly straight either, but I'm not going to worry about that either. Okay. So that's nice and crooked, but it's cool. It's fine. Okay. Do we need stuff is dropping. So that's okay. I'm just going to tear up another little page here. And what's fun about these is they can be double-sided or not. The bookmarks, it can kind of be however you want. So it can be like 2 bookmarks in one. These are really, really good gift ideas. I know Mother's Day is coming up. If like my daughter's birthday is coming up, things like that. If like you have an avid reader in your family, you could throw in like make a card and make a bookmark and throw in like a Barnes and Noble gift card or an independent bookstore gift card, whatever. They're just fun little gifts. These would be really good for Christmas time gifts. We're just going to kind of put it on both sides. I didn't really ink this one up at all. That's okay. We don't have to ink every one of them up. Some can be inked, some can be not. I just wanted to make sure I kind of put book pages on a lot of them, because that is the theme. That's the theme of today, is having a book party. And so we can make the white ones will be, ironically, we'll make the white ones like our spicy books. I'm going to set these off to the side because I do have a fan going. And I don't have it right on my desk, obviously, but I have it kind of going off to the side, and they'll dry a little bit quicker here because I'm in a pretty dry climate anyway. Okay. So we already had one vintage photo one. Let's do another one. I want to come on with you sometime too. Christina, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not going to be here next Sunday because next Sunday is Easter. So next Saturday, I'm having a beach brunch with my family. And my grandson will be there. I'm very, very excited. I bought him a little bubble machine yesterday. I'm so excited. And my mom and I picked shoes out for him because my mom lives up in Washington State and I live down in California. So I was, kind of walking through Target and taking pictures. So we got him some shoes, and I have a fun little sand toy. So I'm excited about that. So we're going to do that. And then they will probably come over Easter morning for breakfast or be with her family. Like, I'm not really sure at this point what's going on, but I just went ahead and made a plan. And, so next weekend, I won't be here next Sunday. I will be here next Thursday with Chris. And I'm going to see if I have time to upload a video because I like doing that as well. I'm not great at the whole editing thing. Like, just there's my caveat there. Warning, I'm not great at editing. But I do like doing the recorded videos, like a midweek, a little bit of a break. Because not everybody likes lives either. Not everybody likes lives. Not everybody likes to go through the whole replay. That's okay. So I do get that. So I try to give everybody a little bit of what works for them because I know I can't catch every live either. I can't catch every replay, and we just, we're busy. We're busy. So there's that. Hey, Chris, welcome. I was just telling them next Thursday, 6:30 Mountain Time, 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time. You and I are going to be here creating together. I'm going to get to know my StreamYard a little bit. I'm excited about that. Trying something new. There is a lot of YouTube. You're right. There's a lot of everything. So we just kind of have to join and see what sparks our fancy. Okay. And see what, because everyone has different interests too. Okay. So we have that one is double-sided. So we have like our spicy ones done. I kind of wanted, not done. But I did want a color for this one. So because I have these colors out, I'm just going to use more of my salvaged patina because I just think it's fun. And then we'll add stuff to it. So I'm going to let those dry. And then what I'm going to do is get out my craft colored ones. And then we'll kind of put some fun book pages on those, and not all of those will have book pages on them. I just thought that these would be fun for to put some spicy book pages on these to go with all of my new little spicy rom-coms that I bought. And then I have some thriller books, so I don't know. Match what you're reading sometimes. Okay, so those are gonna dry. Let me clean up my inky mess a little bit. I might need to get my water out again. Okay, so we don't have any things picking up extra things. Okay, so we'll do 2 with some of the book pages from the illustrated guide from the Twilight Saga. Okay, so if decorating with book pages or ripping book pages bothers you, I apologize, but no books are harmed. They're all well loved, and they were just sitting gathering dust on my shelf anyway. Well, this book wasn't. I never even heard of this book before, but I was like, I need like a spicy book, and I don't want to tear up the ones I have, and I'm not going to go pay $20 for like another little spicy book. So I just went to the little bookstore and got that. I thought that that was fun. Okay, so let's just kind of tear around here. Make it as thin. Let's see. I just don't want to, I like this, but I really liked the words around it too. We'll just kind of leave it like that, as we'll do. Okay, so let's maybe get like a pink or something in the red family. I have Kiddish Flamingo, which is pretty light. Worn Lipstick, which might be fun. Abandoned Coral. Something just a little bit... Oh, there's Candied Apple too, which might be kind of fun with a little for the vampire book. And really, I don't read like vampire series per se, but Twilight I did. Twilight got me. Oh, great. Yeah. We can find new, see, that's why I love finding new creators through going into different lives and different things like that. I've discovered more talented creators than I think I'm going to do the Candied Apple through like mingling in lives rather than like looking something up on YouTube. Okay, so now I get to get out my, let's see, what would constitute, okay, these are all just falling out of the bag. This might constitute, well, okay, let's just do it. Instead of my light pink, I would rather have the dark pinks and the reds be on this little like fuchsia color, I guess is what we can call it. And Ellen, I'm glad you're having fun. I know I miss chat and then I go back and then I say something really late. So whatever. Sorry. Okay. Let's just kind of ink this up. I just like adding the colors to it. I think that that's fun. You could make these as simple or as complicated as you want, really. And then if you have a laminator, that would be perfect. I don't have a laminator. I just have the Mama Mink, which is my foiling machine because I do toner foiling as well. So I do have a few videos on my channel that I'm doing toner foiling. I have a few lives that I've done that on, and those are really well received too. I don't do it all of the time because my Mama Mink is meant for like 12 by 12 paper. So it's pretty big. And so I do have to like get it out, but it's, you know, I don't mind. It's just a little bit more planning on my part. And I use the Crafty Critta toner foil because I love them. They're an Australian-based small business. Scott and Michelle own it, and they're very, very nice. And I do have a coupon code for them, but I don't know if you guys are like into foiling or whatever, but maybe in the next week or two, and maybe on Thursday, I'll bring out some foiling. I don't know. Like, we'll have to decide. And then Christina, you can DM me or you can message me or whatever, and we can kind of plan something. And we can stream as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of cockeyed put a few of these like little book things here. I like the whole worn lipstick. So that's more of the dark pink category. So what I do, and because it's all Distress Oxide, so it's not that big of a deal, but I do have a little I don't know what you call it, a little stamp cleaner, if you will. And I just spray water on it, and it's just like a little felt bottom. And I clean it off. And it's going to be dirty because I've used every color under the sun on this. I don't worry about that. And then I dry it off over here. And then I will get a scrap piece of paper somewhere and just see, like, take more of that off. But I don't tend to have like a transfer issue either when I do this. It's just not going to be beautifully white again, but I mean, these blending brushes weren't meant to be. They're meant to be played with. So I'll just kind of ink up the edges around that. See, I like the worn lipstick. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, perfect. DM me. I check the DMs more than I check the emails. Scott from Crafty Critta has emailed me before, and it's been, I know one time it's everything else. So I don't know why not about that. It just really alerts me about my main Yahoo, like where my bills and stuff go. Like, yeah, alert me that I have another bill. Thanks. Don't alert me about the fun stuff, okay? I'm glad my internet's holding up today. I do have to say that because I had issues with that last Thursday. And Thursday isn't like a regular streaming. Sunday right now, Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, that is a regular streaming time for me. Thursday is just kind of something I throw in here and there. I try not to step on other toes for other streamers that are streaming, but Thursday tends to be when I'm like winding my week down and I have time. Any other time it would be, I would be rushed during the week because I do work full time and I'm going to school and, you know, all of that. So Thursdays tend to be really good for me. But yeah, Saturdays should be good for me, but they tend to be like a let's run errands and go get things done and then do homework all day. And my son and my grandson were over here last night for a while, and so went outside and played and took him for a walk and took him like to the little free library thing across the street. So that was a lot of fun. So that tends to just be kind of getting stuff done day. Okay. I'm going to need to take a baby wipe or a Clorox wipe, I think, to this little pad. I have everything on it. Everything on it. Okay. So we could double back around if we wanted to use up the full page, because I don't want to. This is candied apple. This is worn lipstick. And if I am in a hurry, I will just like take a little microfiber cloth and clean it off. So if I'm switching in between my inks that way, I have the Distress Oxides, and I have like the miniature set of just the Distress inks, which I like those as well. Okay, I need to really get stuff out of my way. Kind of just everything's in the way for me at this point. So I do try to clean up in between using those. Okay, here we go. So just gonna make it like opposite maybe. Yeah. So we have a little bit of opposite going on. Okay. So we have that with this, and then we have the worn lipstick that we're going to use next. So for the candied apple, I didn't even use the abandoned coral, so to not confuse things, I'm going to put that back. And now we have the worn lipstick. Okay. And then we have two more that we could just make with like my ephemera. It's all going to have ephemera on it, but I just wanted to get some ones with book pages on it too. Oh, I got that all gluey. Oops. Oops. Didn't really set that down. Have you guys ever made your own bookmarks? Or have you thought about it? I keep expanding my library in my room here. So I was like, you know, I need more bookmarks. Okay. So I might still glue down. So let me get my water. Oh, and I have little book charms that are above me as well. I did get these at Hobby Lobby a while ago, like when they were on sale. Little books. You could make earrings out of these. I thought about making my junk journal jewelry. I keep bumping into it though. So I'm trying not to, I don't want them to fall. And then I lose them. And it's a craftastrophe and not a craft-a-lanch, right? Okay. We're going to set these off to the side. Hopefully I don't lose them because I could. I will. Okay, so we're going to set these off. We have these. Let's get out the Book Lover ephemera. Well, we don't necessarily, we could just throw like a bunch of ephemera on here. I could stencil on here if I wanted to with some ink, which I think would be a lot of fun. But I think it would be fun. Oh, I really like this image right here. I thought it would be fun to put some of these images on a bookmark. Where'd my scissors go? They're right here. So, okay. And I'm trying to cut it off to the side. There's a little Christmas tree made out of books here too. That is so cute. Okay, let's try to cut around it. If I was really thinking, I would have gotten my little craft knife out and kind of cut around them is what I could have done. I didn't really think that far ahead. Okay, I kind of like these. So so we could do like a background, or we could do some sentiments maybe. This is a lot of fun too. So Chris, you teach at the college level, or? That's so cool. I knew you were a teacher, but for some reason, when people say they're a teacher, because my friend's a retired teacher, I always think elementary school. I don't know why. I think that's why. Because my really good friend's a retired elementary school teacher. So when you're collaging down on things, and you're cutting them, and this is probably not new information, you tend to have like that harsh seam or that harsh line. And I'm not going to like get real fussy about cutting all the little wispies on her hair or out of her crown or anything like that. But you tend to have a pretty harsh line that you're not going to be able to cover up. I embrace that line. And what I do is I bring out paint or inks and I kind of ink around it to make it part of the design. That's fun. I know I always think about like my professors and stuff, like, what do you guys do for a living? And one of my professors right now is actually within the criminal justice system that I retired from. And so she works at the same system I used to do something different for. And I think it's interesting to get to know like how many different facets there are in and this is too big, but it's okay. I will cut it off. How many different facets there are in one like profession. Okay. This is where we could get fun with this. I think I like this for stenciling. I could stamp over it if I want. I think I want to use an origami paper to put something up there. Okay, I have glue like going everywhere. I like this origami paper because it is double-sided. I don't do origami, by the way. I don't. But I think it was Carol or Jane. I don't remember. I like that for this. That talked about using origami paper in their journals. And I was like, that's a really good idea. And so I ordered some, and I didn't know they had so much different origami paper. And I thought that the artist one would be a lot of fun. See, that's a lot of fun too. But these are double-sided, so I think that that is fun. I like it. And I just got the 50, the pack of 50 because I didn't know how well I would like it. Okay, so I could do this up above or kind of like put the clouds up above, which is what I'm leaning towards. This I am just going to kind of tear just so there's no rhyme or reason on purpose. And I'm going to tear the top and the bottom. And this is what we're going to do. Okay. And then I'm just going to probably put it like right in the middle. That just kind of gives me a little bit of an idea of where I want it to go. And then I'm going to stencil behind it, or I could, I was like, where'd the stencil go? I just had it out. It's right here. I'm going to put these away because these are kind of getting in the way. Or I could stencil and do words. Like, I don't know. Let's try the stencil and then we can see. So now I think I want to go with the whole blue theme and put it on there. So it could be like torn book pages, right? Hey, Juju, welcome. Welcome down from the balcony. Glad to have you here. I saw you went on last night and my darn Wi-Fi kept glitching and I couldn't get in. I tell you, ever since they upgraded our lines, like, I don't know what is going on. Okay, tumbled glass might be fun. Or I could do like a green, stormy sky too. Ooh, that one's cool, but I have it on craft paper, so I want something a little bit brighter. There's the good old peacock feathers. Salty ocean, maybe. Oh, that's really, really blue. Okay. I don't want that blue. I think I want the tumbled glass and stormy sky. Maybe we could do like a little ombre thing. Okay, let me get out my new, oh, here they are. I'm like losing things on my desk as we speak. Let me get out my new little blending brushes. We'll do the blue. And I'm going to start with the bright blue. Why not? And then I'm going to go from the bottom up. Just because, why not? Why not? And I probably should have washi taped this down, but I did not. So it is what it is. I'm just going to take my microfiber cloth that's a little bit wet and dry it off. And then I'm going to do the stormy sky. And since these are new, I'm going to need to pick up more ink than not because there's no ink on these bristles at all. Like I've never used them. So my washi tape would have really, but it is okay. So you kind of just get like a little faded effect right there. I like it. I don't mind it. And then what I'm going to do is glue her down. Now I know I'm covering it up. I'm putting down and covering up, but that's okay. I don't mind doing that. And so I think I am going to stamp a little bit too, or put like a little, I have some Tim Holtz words behind me too, so I could do that. And then I'll just cut off the edges of whatever is sticking out. So I'm going to put her at the bottom. Kind of centered, kind of not. She's not really centered. Oops. So we'll try to center her up as much as we can. Which I don't know if that was any better than the last time. Okay, so I did put these little marks on this little paper, and we are just going to kind of keep it within the mark a little bit there, and that already tore off. There we go. Kind of tear this off. Probably should have put more. And I might need to tear her off too. Okay. So she's going to need a little bit more glue behind her. And I don't mind using a Mod Podge either instead of like matte medium, because it does dry clear. Pretty flexible that way. I could just fold these over. Not that big of a deal because I'm probably going to end up laminating them. I have some sayings that we could do, sentiments anyway. Books may well be the only truly magic, of course. True magic. So many books, so little time, of course. Read and achieve. So I like that for her. I'm going to use that. And I've never used this stamp before, but these are polymer, photopolymer, so they should not need to be seasoned a whole lot, but I'll season it really quickly. Just to make sure I'm going to get an even stamp here. And let's put it down here. I'm going to get out my VersaFine. And then we can probably bring back our other bookmarks and start on those. Okay, so I put glue on this one on accident. So I'll use that as my little paper. There we go. And so I got a pretty good result from that. Okay, so these little off-size bookmarks, I'm going to kind of set off to the side. And I'm not even using my photo, or no, my photo, because I was thinking polymer. My foam, I have a foam pad that I normally stamp underneath, and that's a little bit crooked too, but I'm not even going to worry about it. And since I'm going to laminate most of these, I probably am going to decorate the edges a little bit, and I'm going to stick like little ribbon or whatever through after I laminate it, because I'm not for sure that that's what I want to do. Okay, so we could do another one that is from the book that now I'm losing things. The book ephemera, book lover ephemera. So some of these are big, some of these are small. That little dragon is super, super cute. And this is the whole Kate Curry and Poor Toast collaboration. I've never purchased anything. I do like that. I've never purchased anything from Poor Toast before. So I'm happy with this. It's like magazine print. Look at that little kitty. It's magazine print, like paper. So that's nice. The frog, that frog is fun too. Fun stuff in here. I like the open book though. I like that. So I'm just going to go in here with my scissors and not my craft knife like I should be doing to get a perfect little cut out of the page. But whatever. We're crafting on the fly. We're like in the flow state basically. So This is what happens. Not everything's going to be perfect. Honestly, nothing's going to be perfect. So we just go with it. Okay, let me kind of stuff I know I'm not going to need. Let me set off to the side. Okay. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm not really going to worry about this ribbon either that's hanging here because I'm not going to worry about that. And it is almost 12:30 my time, so I'll try to finish up probably by like 1. I like to get like a good little crafty chatty session in with you guys on Sunday, and then I have an appointment at 2 o'clock my time. I have to run to the grocery store really quick because I'm going to be making lentil soup tomorrow, and then I'm going to be making a banana sourdough bread. So there is that. We could do the stenciling around it again, or I could stamp that bookshelf. That seems like it could be a lot of fun. But stenciling seems like it could be fun too, right? Because it always is. So, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same stencil because I have it up here. Because to me, it's like torn book pages. I could do the same colors if I wanted to, like the greens to like really make it pop with like the brown or the blues to kind of make it pop. I like the salvage patina, I think, too. Let's see. We could do salvage patina and tumbled glass, which they look a little bit ish. They're same family-ish. So that's kind of what I'm doing with my day today. So I hope you guys are having a good day. And I will probably do 2 different colors on this as well. Here's where I needed my good old washi tape again. The hoard of washi tape I have, I never use it like when I really need it, right? Because that would be too easy. And let's get tumbled glass. Let me just kind of wipe this off here. Good thing it's towel washing day, so I can wash all of these at the same time. Okay. And it's just meant to be like a background. Like it doesn't need to be the focal point of this. It's just going to be like a background. And then what I'm going to do is I have a gray ink, which I think in theory it's next to me. Oh, it is. And I'm going to ink some words down. I really like these stamps because, especially this one, because it's every which way. Like it doesn't matter the writing, like it just doesn't matter. And I'll just kind of like probably maybe just put that a little bit wonky right there. And I like using the gray because it's not so stark. I'm trying to still be in frame, so if you all can't see me, let me know. Shout at me from the balcony. Necessary. I'll spend my crafting money on more crafting stuff than cleaning some water, microfiber, you know, whatever. Like, and the baby duty, so I ordered some off of Amazon. So I have them when my grandson is here, and then I also have them for crafting. You can get them at the Dollar Tree too, you know. There's a lot of crafty stuff you can get at the Dollar Tree now. Okay. I've got dried glue bits going everywhere. This again is going to get a little bit cut off. I'm not worried about that. And I was thinking, because she's looking a little bit, that's a little bit white for me. I'm not a big white space girly, but I kind of wanted to tone that white down maybe a little bit, or I could outline it with gold paint, which is what might be kind of fun. Okay. There we go. So we're just making bookmarks, and these could be gifts. These could be what, you know, kind of whatever. Okay. So quiet. Oh, that would be a good one. Free from noise or commotion, carried out in private with voices not raised in order not to be overheard. Free from trouble or disturbance. I like that. We're just going to, I'm going to trim around it just so it's a little bit of a funky fresh feel. And because we all want it to be quiet when we're reading. Well, I do. I don't want others talking to me when I'm reading is what I mean. Because I like to fully immerse myself in the story. So we could do that. We could put it down here, like whatever I don't know what I decide to do with that. Because I kind of just wanted that as a background. I like it up there. And let's see if we have like a fun little sticker from the book. From the sticker book, we could do, here's other authors, and I love that they're double-sided. These little fun sticker books are double-sided because once you're done with all the stickers, you can use this for your journaling. Let's see. We could just do, you know, there is a, hold on, a little flourish I could kind of put coming up out of that book too. That might be fun. Or we could do the read, dream, and achieve again, I was thinking, because I don't want to take away from the little collaging, my one little collage piece on there. Yeah. So I don't do craft fairs either. I don't know if you guys do craft fairs, but these would be really good for, I bumped the camera, apologies. This would be really good for like craft fairs, something simple to create, like if you have a booth or something. Springtime's here where I live, and it is getting to be like craft fair season, or like little street fair season. These would be good for that. I think I'm going to do the flourish because we already have the, or I could do like little books stamped kind of throughout. Or we could kind of just do the flourish coming out of the book, right? That I would do in black. Or I could just do like little piles of books everywhere, which is kind of sounding fun too. Okay, let's put these right here. And I will do it in black just so there's a contrast with, oh, it's right in front of me. I'm like, where did it go? So there's a little bit of a contrast on here. Could kind of season that off to the side just to see how it's going to stamp. I'm going to season it a little bit more. I think it's user error why it didn't come out. I think I need to put even pressure on it rather than, there we go. Rather than on the, and we're just going to do a few of these. We can do second generation stamping with it. And then kind of put it up here. There we go. So it's like the books are floating everywhere. Okay. I think I'm going to put a little bit of gold around her now that I think about it. And let me get out my Kirataki. And that one I'll just leave. So I'm going to set this over here next to the fan. And here's the beautiful Kirataki gold that we all love. Okay, so I need to wet this a little bit as well. I could have inked around her crown. I could leave it like that. I'm not a big white space girly, so I don't want to do that. And any excuse to use this Kirataki gold is a good excuse for me. I'm glad you like it, Ellen. Thank you. So my goal is to get to 500 followers over here on YouTube, or 500 subscribers over here on YouTube. And I want to do a fun giveaway. So I could do stuff I've made. I could make a whole journal. I have, like I said, some extra stamp sets, and like Biddy Penny did send me one. I have 2 of these. One I use, obviously, and then the other one, like, I could give away and pass along. And that's how you could also discover more creators and things like that. So I think that would be fun. I could put together like a little gift package, so you can get Happy Mail. Kind of, I've been kind of brainstorming about it. So I'm kind of working my way towards 500 subscribers. I'm trying to post more in my community tab. I think that didn't glue down. Yeah, that part did not glue down. So I'm just going to glue it right here and kind of leave her there because I think that that's good. I could do gold around. Okay, now let's continue with the gold, right? Oh, good, Ellen. I'm glad. I hope I inspire you to create something. Oops. That's why I opened up the community tab as well. So like if I do inspire you, or like I give you an idea, I would love to see what you guys create, and you could post it in my community tab so others could see as well, because you will be inspiring somebody then too. Okay. There we go. So just going to kind of leave that one where it is. Let's get out a few of the spicy ones. And I think over the next little bit, we'll just kind of work on those. It's really easy to get like going live, is to like start something from beginning to end with you. I mean, it is nice to do, but I need to put back some of my inks. But it's just like spending time in our crafty space and like chit-chatting and talking with others. Okay. Put those back just so I don't have so much on top of my desk. And I'm going to set her off to the side. And there's that. Okay, so we'll work on our spicy ones a little bit. That's kind of why I got out I purchased this little kit, this little spicy kit, little printables. It's like you could make it stickers out of them. Yeah, all over the place. But it's fun just to come on here and create something and share ideas and inspiration. I think I learned a lot from watching others' creative process as well. So, because sometimes I'm a big card maker. There's a lot of rights and wrongs. There's a lot of rules. And the illusion of you needing to like pump out like a perfect little card. And that's a little bit deceiving, because a lot of social media is just like highlight reels, or when somebody had like the best day of their lives or something, they're going to share that with you. It's not all the little bits and in between time. And so my point of just like coming on and doing my Sunday lives was to just get a glimpse of like the whole creative process and the whole in between, right? I'm going to put those lips right up there because we know something spicy. Somebody is saying something spicy there, right? I am going to fill in a little bit of this white space just by cleaning off my brush. These little printables that I just purchased. But I do have sticker paper, so I could make stickers too, and that would be fun. But so everything, like this book that we kind of tore up was a romance book, right? So everything on here is going to be kind of that theme, just to match like the words a little bit. And I'm just going to curl those over. I'm probably going to put a piece of paper on the back of here just to make it like double-sided and cover up any of my curl overs. And let's see, we have some. I could do more of like this, but I don't really want to do more inking, I think, on this. Let me look at my stamps. Where'd my other? Oh, it's right here. I'm like, where? I just had it in my hand. Where did it go? What I do like about this stamp set is it came with this little book, and we could put the flourish out of the book, like kind of coming out of the book. You could put words, you could put like whatever you want, but I think I'm going to do like the whole little flourish thing. And then I'm going to stamp it in black just so you can kind of see it. And I did put that away. Of course I did, but it's right here. No worries. And then we'll pick out a solid piece of paper for the back to have it be like 2 different color. I could put something right in there as well. Oh, I didn't test off on a spot. Oh, well. It's okay. It came out pretty good, so I'm not that worried about it. And then I'll try to wipe off the stamp. I'll use the little flourish. Put that right kind of coming out of the book. And some of the bookmarks I saw when I was in line at Barnes & Noble the other day. They're crazy. They're crazy. They say the funniest stuff, or they have like, they're just putting anything on bookmarks and making it like art. So, I mean, you know, that's what creating is, and we like it. Thank you for joining, Ellen. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your weekend. Thanks for coming in and making my mom feel welcome. I'm sure she appreciated it. She never chats in anything, so she's a balcony watcher when she can come in. Bye, Ellen. Have a great day. Okay. Okay, I might do a little bit of, we could do some numbers right there. So maybe I will do a little bit more stamping, or not stamping, inking up. And I could pick a different color, or I could just kind of leave it with the salvage patina and the red. I think I'm just going to leave it that way. And I think I'm going to do like a gray tone. And then we'll get a solid piece of paper for the back. And I could do the origami paper if I want. I could do something from my little book collection. Okay, so now I have not gotten out my neutral yet, so it came with 2 blacks, so we could do like several different like grays and then blacks, and how we can kind of do that. Okay, ink it up. We'll get a lot of ink up here. It looks black. I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to kind of loosely go over all of this just to kind of give it a fun design element. And then there we go. There we go. And I did it over the flourish. I'm probably not even going to do it over any more words. Just I'll leave it at that. We could do a little bit of stickles in there if we wanted, or a little bit of gold if we wanted. Do we want? I don't know. I have a few more minutes here with you guys. Let me take a sip. Okay, let's These are more directional. This isn't as directional, right? So I could, and then this could just be, no, I want it to cover up the whole thing because I wanted it to cover up the paper fold. I have some of my Cricut paper here, which I think would be fun on the back of this. So I just need to trim it down. So I did make these 2x6. So let me reach this really quick. Bookmark, if that's what we so choose. And this is going to go over here in my little off pile. I might need to tear this off, actually. I was thinking I could cover it up, but let me get my scissors because it's my photo paper. My matte photo paper is like 38 or 42 pounds, I think. So it's a little bit thicker. So it's not just going to tear off. There we go. There we go. And then we will just glue this on the back of these. And like I said, I'm going to laminate these once they're like all dried and cured and whatever. I'm just going to continue using my Mod Podge. I mean, I have my glue right over here in front of me. I use that PVA glue, which is a bookbinding glue. I really like it, but I already have this out. I'm already messy with the Mod Podge. I'm just going to join. Just going to keep joining in with that. Okay. There we go. Glue this on the back of it. And so then we have like a double-sided. Hopefully it's even. It's even-ish. I will trim it around the edges. It's even-ish. There we go. Hey, Jane, welcome. Hi, thank you for coming, Jane. Okay. There we go. And you can barely tell, like it's just off just like a tad bit. Just a tad. But I'm just going to cut it to make it even with the whole bookmark size. And then that's okay. So there we go. No worries, no worries. There we go. Okay, so another bookmark done. Now we've got our spicy books out. We've got we're turning the bookmarks, right? Churning them out. Okay, let's see what else did I print out? I know I have this whole Lottie's. I could actually, I think I did. So this one, I could do one of these, like Romeo and Juliet could be on the back of there. I don't think any of her stories, that's fun. We could do something fun like that with like a sticker. I don't think any of hers are like very spicy themed because it's more general. It's a book club kit. And I did put her link to her Etsy shop in the chat if you want to go scrolling through. And I did make the announcement that Chris and I are going to be going live this coming Thursday, April 2nd at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:30 Mountain Time. Bye. Love you too. Thanks for coming. Oh, that was the first time she came and chatted with us. Because I asked her, I was like, do you ever watch me? And she's like, no. Well, sometimes. Then I was like, oh, well, like when? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine, whatever. I was like, you could watch me. And she's like, yeah. So I don't think she knows. She knows when I go live, but I don't, like, she has her own kind of routine going. She's newly that routine. So her Sundays look a lot different than they used to. So yeah, I encouraged her to come today. My kids don't watch me because my daughter's at work and they do watch me, but like not live. My daughter's at work, and then my son was giving my grandson a bath because he took his diaper off after his nap. And so he was like, I can't believe it. I was like, yep, welcome. He's almost 2. Like, yeah, he might be ready to be telling you he's ready to be potty trained. My son did the same thing. My son was so shocked. They were just like, I can't believe he did that. I was like, yeah, it happens. That won't be the first. That won't be the last time. Might be the first time, but not the last time. Oh, okay. So my son did help her with this. Oh, yay. We'll have to call him and say thank you for bringing grandma on because everybody enjoyed her, right? That's funny. So maybe they are watching too. Balcony watchers. Probably not, though. They were really busy with my grandson. Okay, so I'm going to make the back of this Romeo and Juliet, because that book that we cut apart looked pretty serious, which here is the book, which I actually saw a thing. I want to say TikTok or Instagram. Honestly, I don't know about the mass market paperback books getting taken out of stores. I don't know if that's true, but that would be like one of this, and they are like a more inexpensive form of being able to purchase books and like go on a vacation and just shove them in your bag for like the beach or whatever. So I am going to ink up around here because I didn't, but I might need to cut. Actually, let's not bother with the whole inking up around it yet. Hold on. Okay, let's bother. Because if I continue to cut, it's going to get more crooked. So, but that would be sad if that's true. So they're not going to like put those into circulation anymore. It's just going to be like the bigger hardback and the bigger like sprayed edges and the bigger paperbacks, which are more expensive. Like, books are not cheap, man. You go into Barnes and Noble and gosh, they can really take you for one. That's why I like doing the whole used bookstore thing too, or thrift books or World of Books. I do like them. Their shipping just takes a lot longer because they're a UK based company than thrift books is in the US. So I get my things from thrift books a little bit quicker because all their distribution is within the US. And World of Books, it's all around the world. It's like where the book is being consigned, you know, but they let you know the condition and everything before you get it. So I really like that. Okay, let's just try to stick this on here. And as even as we can. There we go. And then I will cut it off. All nice, and I'm going to have to take some alcohol wipes to my scissors because I'm very picky about what's allowed to get on these scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this that way. There's that one done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them completely done. I'm probably just going to do one more and then we'll show you what we did. And this could almost just be done as well and just put. So let's get out my sticker book and let's kind of start from the back going in. So this is fun how they do these little things. Oh, it shows you the sources, like what books all that came from. Okay. This book belongs to, that's really cute. I love the books and like the stacks of books and things on the books. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Okay, that's really cute. Let's just put that on there. These are going to have white edges, which I'm not going to be like the craziest about. But what I could do, because this is just like a fun little craft mat, is I could ink up around it. So this is a new brush, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of. I know Dee Dee would like put it on cardstock and she would cut around the edges. I'm probably not doing that. But, oh no, maybe I over anticipated how much this would stick. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick with the whole Mod Podge thing still and just put this on the back of it, the sticker, so it'll stick down. So that's what I mean, like these taking a little bit to cure. I'm going to put this up top. I don't know why everything needs to go on top or on bottom for me. Like I could have put it in the middle and it would have been fine. Let's see if we have another. Let's see if we have. Books are a uniquely portable magic. That's really cute. Bookshop. Okay, kind of like, oh, let's do the kitty. Every book pile needs a kitty. And we'll kind of put that at like the bottom. And we'll just do what we just did. Now knowing that I can get that off of there. Okay. So I want to thank you all for your time today. I really, truly appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, drop a hey and let me know if you like the whole making bookmarks thing, or if you just prefer to buy your bookmarks or dog ear your pages, like, or you read only electronically, maybe. That could be that too. These could get personalized too. Like if you wanted to, we could stencil somebody's name on here. We could, whatever. And so then this is kind of like a double-sided. It would be fun to make these pockets for journals too. Like we could do journals and not just make them bookmarks. I kind of want to make a pocket on the back of that. But now that's like, I was like, oh, this is just going to be really simple. I was thinking I have, oh, you know what I do have? From my little book kit, because I'm having a miniature craft-a-lanch. From my miniature little book kit, I could make these like a little pocket. This might be too big for this bookmark though, obviously, but we could make that like a little pocket if we wanted to. Could decorate our own little. I just thought it'd be fun to put a pocket on the back of there. There, that's what I'm gonna do. And just kind of go like this so I know where to cut it. Get my scissors and trim it down. So then now we have just like a little bit of a pocket. And we could put this in my book journal that I wanted to make more of like an art journal for books. Okay, so this I am going to get out my PVA glue for because it's going to be easier to make it a pocket that way. Because I just want to put the glue right there. Okay. And there we go, there we go. Okay. So that one is done. And we could, so that leaves us probably with 3 unfinished bookmarks, which I'm perfectly fine with. Or these could be finished. That is just, that would be up to how simple or complicated I want to make that. Bye, Chris. Thank you for coming. Glad to see you here. So what we're going to do, have a great day. We are going to clean up my mess when I'm done. So it's just kind of an eyesore right now. My apologies. We're going to go over the bookmarks that we did make. So I did not make these double-sided, which is fine. I'm going to laminate them, and then I'm going to use my little crocodile. And I'm probably going to get on my crocodile right now really quickly, and I might just not make these perfectly square either, is what I would like to do. So I want to make sure that I made that a pocket and not a, there it goes. So I can stick something in and out because I didn't plan that very well. And so let's see. So these are the bookmarks that we made. 5 completed bookmarks, but we cut down more than that and we started these, or these could be complete. It just kind of depends, right? What we want to do with that. I do have a crocodile to where I could do like some fun fancy edges if I wanted to. I have scallop or stubbed, which would be a lot of fun. Christina. Yeah. Your son. Well, my son prepared for fatherhood by telling me how he was going to fix all the terrible things I did to him. I just thought, good luck. It all comes back around because I was not the most generous child to my mother either. We're both Leos, so that was like a fun house. And she raised me single mom. You know, she was single. I was born in the 70s and raised in the 80s. Yeah. It's funny, it all comes back around. My son definitely was my hardest child, and he still is. I love him so much. But he really put me and his dad through the ringer raising him. So yeah, there is that. It all comes back around. It does. So we could do the fun, and then we could just, this I'll do 1/4 of an inch just to kind of round it a little bit. Then it will, there, it's just like perfectly round now. But this, I feel like this is coming up. It might be a little bit. I need to put a little bit more Mod Podge on it. And just put it down like that. And with it being laminated, I'm not going to be like totally worried about it because that is going to seal everything in as well. So I like them rounded. I like them with the fun edges. So we're just going to we'll keep with that. I think it's fun. So now you have ideas of what to do with your book stash. If you have a book stash like I do. Just wait. That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that from my mom too. And especially after, I had my son, and then she's like, just wait till you have a girl. And I did have a girl. Actually, my girl wasn't as difficult as I was. So grateful for small favors. But my son was difficult. As difficult as I was, plus as difficult as he was. So there's that. Yeah. It's fun. We are all going to do something different and raise our kids differently, and everything's going to be different, right? Which for most of us, I do hope that that's true because, we're raising, each generation's supposed to be a little bit better, right? I really enjoy it. I love spending time with you guys. I am going to be excited to post these once they are finished, but I will. Okay, goodness. All right. Well, you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you guys on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time when I have Chris on with me. And don't forget to do something for your own self-care today and use your scraps. Use your scraps. Use what you have. If you're not too emotionally attached to any of your books, use those up. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.